Well, David and I are about to start our little adventure out through Roma, Longreach, going out through Winton, maybe Muddaborough depending on the weather, through Emerald, round to Rockhampton, and then back through 1770, Agnes Waters, and back around through Bundaberg and back to Brisbane. Well, we've just left the north side of Brisbane, and what we're doing now is we're actually going to go past my first home that I bought. I bought it in 1979, end of 1979. That's when Alison and I got married, and we rented an apartment for 6 months. So your mum and I rented an apartment for 6 months, and then we bought this home. This home we bought for $45,000. And currently I'd say it would probably be worth about 1.5 to 2. It's up on Birdwood Terrace, has superb views over Toowong, and yeah, let's go and have a look at it.
Sounds good.
So I'm conscious that I'll only have a short period of time left to be able to do a little bit of an adventure with my son David, as he's now 30 and with a partner, so who knows how long I'd have. Is at number 72 Birdwood Terrace, and it's here just past this bus stop on our left hand side with all these trucks in front. Beautiful home. We spent actually 7 happy years there before where we're living at the moment. I was 24 years of age when I bought that home, David. And your mother was 23. Well, here we are on the outskirts of Dalby, and why are we stopped here on the highway? Well, we're stopped on the highway because David, my very busy son, who I'm taking away to get away from the office, has now stopped the car he's driving, and of course he's answering his phone. So yeah, I hope this won't be what's happening for the whole trip. Hopefully I can get him away from his computer and away from his phone. Anyway, what we find along the road here is this. Cotton. Massive amounts of cotton. You can see it here. He's still on the phone. And here am I on the side of the road. Hang on, there's a dead cat here. Oh, poor thing. There you are, JJ, dead cat. So what we've done, we've set David up on Bluetooth so that we don't have to pull over on the side of the road next time he has calls, because there's going to be calls coming in. Well, we've arrived at the Roma sale yards, and David and I are just going to go up and see if it's open tomorrow. Adding it on.
Just keep adding it on.
Tens of people can do it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You never know, someone might see it. So you start over there at panel number 1, the Mandan people. So they're the traditional owners of the land that we're standing on today. So when you go through the Roma story, a lot of that is captured in the night show tonight. So if you don't want to read it all in depth, we will cover it in the night show. Then you go through the journey through time. That's the geology of how it formed under the earth.
Awesome.
Then you'll come out to the EMSCO rig, which is where we stand tonight for half of the tour. And then you can go up the tower. So you've got 195 stairs, or you've got a lift. There's a tree walk on level 2.
You'll need the lift.
It's really nice to walk up to level 2, do the tree walk, and then jump in the lift. Like, that's a nice way to do it if you don't want to go up all the stairs. But there is a bit of a, like, the lift has a glass door, so you can see the EMSCO rig as you're going up. And then it's just chronologically around modern day industry, little movie at the end, and then you finish back in the shop. So as long as you're back in there by sort of 20 past 5, and then we'll go straight and do the night show.
And sorry, I've got one question. I mean, was there gas drilled here?
Yeah.
So gas was drilled here. Not right here on this site.
Near the hospital.
Aha.
Yeah, they moved that rig.
So they moved the equipment here.
Yeah, they moved it here. It was just a blank paddock when they started it, and then this is all sort of grown up around it. So.
Okay. And is that a person up there? Is that a statue? Okay.
You don't pay someone just to stand up there.
Stand up there. I was going to say, it's hard to know whether that's actually real or not from here. Okay. Well, thanks very much.
No worries. So start over at number 1.
So we're at the big rig, and we're going to start at number 1 and have a look around. Thank you. And that's before we join the night show. So hope you got all that information, and we'll have a bit of a wander around. At number 1. Are we going to read all this?
No, because they're going to cover it.
No, because I'll cover it in the night show tonight.
That's what I reckon they'll focus on. How at night time they noticed that the gas was escaping, maybe in the night show. No, street lights, interesting. There's a little guy.
Thank you, son. Your old man needs a lift, does he? This reminds me of the dioramas we used to do in primary school. For you.
Yeah.
Remember the one I did for you? What was that? That was gold mining. Oh.
And then you realise that every other father did it too, and there's some with lights.
Every other father had it. The engineers. The parents who were engineers and had lights and all sorts of things happening in theirs. And I thought mine was pretty good.
Mum told me the story that you guys discovered that really early on, because there was an artwork project the parents were invited to come have a look at, and you saw mine and it was like this rubbish drawing of a bad smiley face, and then you walked around and see all these other kids' exhibits and they were like these amazing sculptures, and that obviously a 5-year-old wouldn't have done it. Mum and Dad.
Yeah, Mum and Dad are helping out, I think.
Before we do that, because they'll just be us out there. Oh no, they said that they start over here for the night thing, don't they?
I think so.
I'm happy we did the night thing, so we'll go live for a while.
I think the night one would be good.
No, we don't want to do this. We want
We're going to go up in the lift, are we? Oh, that's the tree walk, David.
No, we go up first, and then we go down.
Oh, and then do the... Okay. Well, it's just as well we're staying in a cabin with that cough.
I don't know, it's because I ran. Cool. They've actually really invested in tech.
Yes, they have invested in tech.
It's good.
Boy, help us strip this point, would you?
Oh, good on.
Steady, Eddie.
Makes you feel like you're going up the rig, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have a lift. You'd be going up in
Get back
a
to
ladder.
work.
God, imagine sitting up on
Okay, let's have a look.
Good view of Roma up here. It's like the Roman.
Well, yes, this is Roma.
Very flat country.
Yes, you don't realise how flat it is until you come up here, do you?
That's why drones give this perspective from where you are. And things like
Yes, yeah, we must make use of the drone on this trip.
that. Because sometimes when you're down there, you don't really. Yeah. Like, you see a lot of photos of people camping in pristine areas with lots of natural features, but I feel like if you're there camping, you might not necessarily get the full scope. If you sent something up to take a picture of you camping amongst everything else, you actually get perspective of where you are. So you look at all the tourist ads online and you just think, oh, it looks amazing, but then when you're there, you're like, oh, you can't fully appreciate it because.
And that's where we're staying, just over there at the, as I'm pointing to that one, that's where we're staying down there in the cabin at the tourist, Big Rig Tourist Park, David. So this is the Big Rig Theaterette.
You just turn the lights off.
Oh, if you'd like to take a seat, the presentation will commence shortly.
Roma is a town located in the Maranoa area of southwest Queensland, 515 kilometres from Brisbane. It has a population of approximately 8,000 people and is considered the primary service centre for much of Queensland's southwest. It boasts a vast landscape of rolling crops and grazing lands, spectacular sunrises and sunsets, exuding a sense of identity and a true community spirit. Roma's economy is booming thanks to a rich diversity of industries with
Nearly the end of the financial year, very exciting time of the year. My name is Justine, I am your tour guide for tonight. We'll be going over to the EMSCO rig to learn what life is like on the rig and how the rig worked. Now, if you have any questions, please ask as we go along. We do have some wonderful kids here tonight, so often they come up with the best questions. So please ask them because it makes for a nicer tour if we're able to interact and ask questions as we think of them. So